man is not defined by where he lives, what he has, or what he drives. A man is defined by what he thinks and how he acts. Now that's a grown man.
I'd like to welcome y'all to my first session. And the topic for discussion are some life lessons. Lesson number 1, learn the value of your time. Use your time wisely, cause you can't rewind. See, your time is priceless, that mean it has no price. Cause once your time is gone, you cannot buy another life. Every hour spent, never to return back. So seek ye first the kingdom of God to help you keep your life on track. He's got a purpose for you, best believe it's true. But you got to ask God why he created you.
I was told it takes a good man to create his own success, but it takes a great man to create the rest. So success is actually about creating success in other people.
And, my name is Louis Oliver, former Miami Dolphin. I retired about 11 years ago. Played 8 years with the Dolphins. Grew up in Belgrade, Florida. Went to the University of Florida, and then I got drafted here. I've been here pretty much ever since I got drafted in '89. And you know, I met D years ago. We shoot ball a lot over at the gym at LA Fitness, and then he told me a few months ago that he was doing this book, and he emailed me the book. And it was a prescription for success. And I read his book and I was like, yo, D, this is much needed, definitely much needed in the black community, in our school system. I told him I try to help him. I'm trying to get him up in West Palm Beach. My mom is over the charter school, so trying to get his book into all the charter schools in Palm Beach County. But I think it's something that needs to be done all over the state of Florida, pretty much all over this country, because we need that type of information and our kids need that type of information. And I think it's just something that's much needed. But just reading his book and just living my life and going through some of the things that I've gone through, one of the key things that I took from D's book that I really pretty much adhere to and kind of live my life by is you, which means each and every one of us, you determine your own success. Nobody determines whether you're a success or a failure. I mean, your parents, your grandparents, your teachers, your coaches, your pastors, I mean, they have instrumental roles, but you ultimately decide how successful you're going to be in life and how unsuccessful you're going to be in life. And that's just taking the personal responsibilities to go out each and every day and do whatever it is that you're supposed to do, in school, at home, at work, not just talking to the kids, but just throughout your daily lives. It's you determine how far you go in this life while you're here on this planet. You can set your goals here, here, or here. Me, growing up in Belgrade, I mean, most of you guys know, especially the older people, it's a little small town. All we do over there is chase rabbits, go play football.
I think, you know, in reading his book, and the thing that stuck out in my mind, I'm going to practice 100% every day that I go out. So every day that I went out on that field, I said, I'm going to give it 100%, you know, and you kind of like talk to the Lord a little bit more then. You know, and everybody's always talking, you know, they say, okay, well, hey, you got the money, you know, but when you get on that level, it ain't all about the money. It's about getting out there and working hard. You trying to achieve it. Tell you guys, whether it be business or it be football, you take that same note that whatever you're going to do, you give it 100%.
But it's one thing from dealing with this book that sets me apart from everything that I've just about accomplished in my entire life. I've always felt that we need to motivate. We need to motivate the youth. Let's give a warm round of applause for Mr. Dennis Wright.
Good afternoon. It's been a long time, Mr. Hardge. That ain't me, I promise. You know, when Mr. Hardge, when you were doing your introduction and describing what motivated you to write this book, I was standing in the back of the room saying, man, he's come a long way since he was the best wheel stand in the neighborhood. Mr. Hardge has been a wheel stand his bicycle from his house down to Tenneco and back without putting it down. You remember that, don't you? Without putting that wheel down, he could turn corners and tap his brakes and everything and not put that wheel down. So I'm like, wow, he's come a long way. And very proud of him to take an opportunity to put his thoughts on paper in order to disseminate that information to young people in order to bless their lives. I mean, not everyone takes the time to do that. A lot of people, in my opinion, write books to fatten their pockets, but this is not one of those books. These books are to fatten our young people's mind, and I think that's very important. So for that, Mr. Hardge, I applaud you. All right, just to tell you a little bit about myself, I am Dennis Wright, president of the 100 Black Men in Greater Fort Lauderdale. We have young men from our Leadership Academy that are here today. Can you guys stand up and let this be acknowledged? Economic situation. It doesn't have to be a financial gift. It could be like this book, chapters in this book that I reflect on. It takes an investment to make a profit. It takes an investment to make a profit. Now, financial analysts and financial advisors will tell you during a time like today, when the economy is bad, stock markets are down, and I don't have to tell you what's going on with the economy. You read about it, hear about it every day. Most people, they tell you, oh, withdraw. You know, if you, depending on your age, you can't take as much risk with your money, so they tell you withdraw and put it in something safe. For young people, they tell you, you know what, whatever discretionary funds you may have at the time, invest it in the market, because one day the market will recover and you'll make a lot of money. So right now is a buying opportunity for some folks. And I'm going to spin that a little bit. Right now is the time to invest in our young people. The economy is bad, that's true. Times are hard for a lot of us, that's true. So as adults and parents, we can easily sit back and say, you know what, we just got to figure out how we're going to make it every day. We got to figure out how we're going to get a paycheck, not knowing if we come into work tomorrow and work won't be there for us anymore. So we can sit back and think about that, and when we have 15, 20 minutes to ourselves, we just sit back and relax because we thank God we made it through that day. But I can tell you, those same pressures are falling on our young men today also. They understand that the economy is bad. They understand when they go to mommy and daddy and ask them for something and mommy and daddy say no. They understand those pressures. But we have to take those 15 or 20 minutes in our day that we have and invest in those young men now. Invest in their future. Sit down and talk to them. Read to them. Tell them that they can be successful. Invest in them now, because one day the economy is going to change. And if we continue to allow the negative influences that are out there to get their attention and make more of an investment in them than we do, then that's what when the economy changes, that's where they're going to go, because that's what they know. And you know what I'm talking about. A lot of our drug dealers on the streets, they're investing in our young men. They're making sure when mommy and daddy say no to those new shoes, they make sure they get those new shoes. They make sure they get that throwback jersey. They make sure that they're making an investment in those young men's lives when their parents are not able to. So when they grow up, guess what their loyalty is going to be? That's why our police have a problem solving crimes in our neighborhood, because the drug dealers have invested in our young people. So when they go to talk to the young people don't trust them. No, I'm going to take care of the one that took care of me. So I urge you, if you're not in a position where you're volunteering your time to a young person and giving back to a young person's life, regardless of your economic situation, it doesn't have to be a financial gift. It can be like with this book. Take an opportunity to invest in this book and read this book with a young person. Invest in them now, so when the economy changes and you're able to do more and they're able to do more, they'll do the right thing because you've invested in them. All right, that's what I want to say to you. I appreciate you again, Mr. Hardge, for what you've done. If you are interested in getting your child involved in the 100 Black Men of Greater Fort Lauderdale, please see me. I'll be here to the end. I will not leave. We have some other members in the back. We'll be more than happy to talk to you about our organization. Thank you.
Once again, it takes a good man to create his own success, but it takes great men to create the rest. Let's give Brother Wright another round of applause.